My name is Ziwa Hillington, Managing Director at Greenby Energy, a trainer of the KRC briquettes making groups. We are informing the groups that briquettes are now an alternative toward charcoal because they burn longer, for example 3 hours, compared to wood charcoal. They can be made from recycled waste such as maize cobs. The process of making briquettes, for example for the KRC community briquettes groups, would be first to collect their waste such as bean husks, maize cobs. Once they collect these wastes, they will dry them. After drying them, they would carbonize them. Carbonizing meaning turn the waste into char, which is used to make briquettes. Furthermore, carbonizing means burn under limited oxygen so that you get char from the process. After getting char, it would also require you that you sort the char, remove all unburnt impurities or remove all unburnt waste so that you remain with completely burnt waste or completely burnt char. After you have sorted and from the carbonization process, you would now move to the binder preparation process. In order for the briquettes to burn longer, compression or compaction is very important. And therefore, from the sorting process and the carbonization process, moving to the binding process, it would mean you're going to get your char together. And what do you use? We use what we call binders. In regards to the KRC community briquettes producing groups, they can identify soil, they can use cassava flour as starch, they can use clay soil as well. Choosing the right quantities of binder and choosing the right quantities of the raw material or the char is very critical to the quality of briquettes. From identifying your binder, and we have noted in the KRC community groups, they can identify cassava flour, they can identify clay soil, they can identify anthill salts as the binders. Now you get to the point where you're mixing the char and the binder. And in this case, for example, we have informed the briquettes producing groups as part of the KRC program that they can use, for example, 2 kilograms of cassava flour into 60 kilograms of char. Now, what is very important that each type of char can determine the quality of briquettes that you're producing. For example, we have noted and we know that if you produce briquettes from maize cobs, because they're denser, the quality of your briquettes will be higher. Now, going back to the mixing process, for example, I'll mix 60 kilograms of maize cobs into 2 kilograms of cassava flour. From that point of mixing, you go into the point of compressing the mixed material. Now, compressing brings the density into the mixture that you have made. One of the advantages, which is that briquettes burn longer, for example 3 hours, is because of the compression process. The compression process, you can use an extruder. For example, as the KRC has bought this machine for these groups, they're using an automated extruder which is run on a petrol engine. And from the compression process, now you get to the drying process. Briquettes will take about 5 to 10 days on average to dry. These can vary during the rainy season or the dry seasons. One aspect that also disturbs quality of the briquettes, if the briquettes are not completely dry, the conversion in the stove will not be very effective. So it is very critical that the briquettes are dried properly. It is very critical that the briquettes are compressed properly. A good machine that offers good compression for the briquettes leads to a high quality. Briquettes will burn longer. It is very critical that the briquettes will burn properly or will have high quality if your carbonization process is very effective. Then it is very important that you choose the right material. The denser the waste or the denser the material, the better the quality of the briquettes. Thank you very much.
anatuletea mbabula. Anafanya vizuri kabisa kutuletea mbabula sababu anapunguza magumu yenye tulikuwa nayo. Mbabula hii inatusaidia sana kwa kupiga chakula, napiga mbio kabisa rahisi. Hata kama chungu iko kabambi ukatia makala hii yetu, tunapiga kwa makala hii, lakini kama makala hii hakuna, tunapiga kwa miti hii ya miindi. Inaivisha mbio mbio kabisa, chakula haitachelewa. Unasikia kabisa unafurahi kupiga kwa mbabula hii.
Hii sigiri ilitoka kwa ACE. Wakiungana na KRC na KEA. Wakati waliungana wakati waleta kwa ile kundi, basi njoo tuliprofite tukafanya nini, tukapata kutoka kwa kundi ya tuungane, wakaniunga. Basi saa hii kukula ni rahisi. Saa tukapenda kupiga mboga iko rahisi, kutia mai ya chai iko dakika moja unakula. Maana saa hii vitu ni rahisi, vinajibeba mzuri sana.
Our role in the Prosperous project is purely coordination and ensuring that we take lead in mobilizing and coordinating with partners. That's Kabarole Research Center and African Clean Energy. Well, this involves organizing dialogues, ensuring that our day routine activities by partners are met and the deliverables are met on time, as well as documenting the processes to the donor and the stakeholders as well as government. How has this project helped the beneficiaries? One, we can confirm that time allocated for preparing meals has reduced compared to the initial use of firewood. This is justified by the users in the settlement and host community. Secondly, I think from the kitchens we have visited, there is less emission of smoke than compared to when they were using firewood. This is evident with soot reduced in their kitchens. I think this is a plus to the users, especially the mothers and girls in this case. Of course, CARE is very passionate on women and girls. The other benefit of the briquette apparently is that we have cases where women are reporting using more of their time for other income generating activities than walking long distances to look for firewood. I think that's a plus, and we thank the funders and everyone on this. And then the other thing as well, we see a little bit of drop in terms of numbers of regarding cases of domestic violence. This is shared by men in the groups that we are training, because they are also supporting in the production process. This gives them more time to engage when they are home with the women as well, but also feeding in very well that they are having shared responsibility because all of them are earning. Relatedly, we see the groups getting some money into their pockets. We can't take that for granted. I think that is also a very core one, because at the end of the day, they are saving the environment, but also they are putting money into their pockets. And to us as CARE International Uganda, that's a plus for the household. And of course, this creates another point of resilience in terms of livelihood existence by the beneficiaries. And then lastly, we are also seeing a point where Prosperous has been a joint factor for the various partners in the energy and environment sector in the settlement. That's Kyangwali, because I can tell you for the fact that the project has triggered lots of discussions, lots of dialogues among partners, and of course many are appreciating this and appreciating the project because of the results, and are coming in positively to support through supporting the last mile distribution in form of information dissemination and of course learning for the beneficiaries. They also support in the various interventions within the settlement and host communities. Thank you.